Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, and we're commenting on today's Bible reading for April the 27th. And I might mention I am having some sinus issues that have just really challenged my voice. Otherwise, I'm doing pretty good, feeling fine. Several things to take away from the reading today. We had Naboth has passed away. Abigail becomes David's wife, as well as Ahinoam of Jezreel, and Micah had been given away to someone else. And once again, David's betrayed to Saul. Saul comes out against him. There's something about reading that and thinking of the process that you are living on the run because of Saul. You're constantly in fear for your life because of this man. And God placed a way where you could have taken his life. In fact, it said there was a deep sleep on them from the Lord. And yet, he said, I'm not touching him because of the anointing oil. There's something about, and I don't know if it's once you've been anointed as well, that you know that it's the favor of God. And so David said, the Lord forbid that I should ever stretch forth my hand against the Lord's anointed or Yahweh's anointed. And so they took it, and it's an interesting line there in verse 21 where Saul said, I have played the fool. 100 years ago, I wrote a country song, and that was the title of it. Played the fool in the story of my life. And anyway, I think it's a great title. It's a little bit silly, but at the end of the day, if you walk away from God, and if you chase after to destroy the men of God, you're certainly playing the fool. And that was what David did, or Saul was doing, challenging David. When Saul could see and know that God had anointed him, and the fact that he could do all that he wanted and still not capture David and kill David, it was demonstrating that he had the favor of God. And so, yet David continued. How do I say it? I believe there was some faith restored to David with the death of Naboth. That God did destroy an enemy, did destroy someone that was mistreating him, and he gained favor. That, yes, there was a hope that someday Saul would be taken out, and he mentioned it in our reading, that he thought that maybe someday Saul would perish in battle, and some way that God would take him out, but he was not going to be the man to do it. And so then, of course, we've read about how he went to Ziklag under Achish. He found favor with Achish and allowed him to stay there. And but yet when they went to battle, Philistines, too much history for them to allow David to go to battle with them. And so he did not go. So my mind tells about additional men that were added to his army from Manasseh that were added to his group at any rate. So that's going to conclude our comments for today's reading. We just want a key takeaway. Once again, we want a heart that follows after God, a heart that honors God's anointed. And if they are ever in the wrong, Saul was in the wrong, and yet David was patient, waiting on God to take care of it, trusting God to take care of it. And there's sometimes I look at David and think he must have been a passive man. I don't know. In light of some of those instances I mentioned in the last few days about he could have taken out Saul a couple of times. He could have taken out Shimei. There's various times that he showed mercy. And all I know is that he demonstrates to us that to receive mercy, we must show it. And that's a principle, one of the Beatitudes. And so I want to receive God's mercy. Help me, God, to have a heart that's merciful to others. Help me to be right with you. Jesus, in your great name, bless you.